I found a lot of this stuff in an old lumber yard that I purchased. It was back in a dark, dingy corner, and there's a couple of pieces in here I thought I would try to bring back to life. Not even sure what's all in. I don't even know what this is, but I'd sure like to see if I can't get that cleaned up. So we'll throw that to the side. Here's another wrench I thought I would try to get cleaned up. And this old lumber yard was beside a railroad track, and there's a lot of railroad components in here. These old spikes, they're smaller ones. What else do I want to see if I can't save? Here's a bigger one. We could try that. It's really crusty. Look at that. Let's do this C-clamp. It's all bent up. Yeah, I'm Marv from Marv's Fix-It Shop, and I've been dragging junk like this home for over 50 years. And I guess there's no reason to change now since I am 71. And today we're going to see if we can't bring back to life a couple of these old tools that I found in this old lumberyard building up the street here. My hope is to be able to use something in here to take this rust off without breaking the bank. So let's clean this table up and I'll show you what we're going to use. Start with a pan here, and we'll lay a few of these things into the pan. This got an up and a down. I wonder if that's an old jack handle. If anybody knows, let me know. And the same with this. I really have no idea what this is, but it looked unique. It's got some writing on. I can't read it. Well, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm hoping to get this all done for under a couple of bucks. What I have here is just plain old vinegar. And we're going to put this vinegar in. This gallon costs $5.29, but it's a high quality vinegar. I'm just going to pour that in here. I have another gallon over there I'm going to have to go get. But I've tried vinegar in this shop before, and it seemed like it worked just fine. This handle's sticking up out of the box here, and we're going to leave it like that. And possibly that would give us something to gauge how the rest of this is going to work. But I'm going to pour this in, and hopefully it will cover everything. If it doesn't, we'll rearrange it so it does. And what I'm going to do is just let this set at least 12 hours, maybe a little longer. But there's one other ingredient I'm going to try. My wife told me recently that vinegar and salt cleans stainless steel white oxidation off of stainless steel pans, that crusty old white lime stuff. So if it works for that, I'm sure it'll work for this too. So we're going to add some salt and see if that does anything. I don't know how much to add. Maybe you do. That seems like enough. I can see it down there in the bottom. That'll dissolve. We'll let that cook for a little bit and see what happens. I did rearrange that just a bit to make sure everything's down there nice and tight. I got some vinegar on my camera up here. Hope it doesn't do anything to it. It's the next day. I'm back in my shop. This has been sitting for about 15 or 16 hours now, and it looks pretty good. I can see where some of the rust is already coming off and some of the product. You can see right there how that's down to the bare metal. But I'm just going to let it sit there. I'm in no rush for this stuff, so I'll bring you back after we get her looking a little better. It's been almost 48 hours now with this stuff soaking. I have not touched or taken anything out of here, and I want to show you something. You can see the outline of that C-clamp down in there, and here's this other big tool that I'm not sure what it is, and you probably can't see it, but here's this other wrench, and then there's something right in there too. So I can tell that this is doing some good, but right now we're going to go at it and pull one of the pieces out and just see what it looked like. I think I'm going to reach down in here and get this C-clamp out. Still pretty rusty, but you can see. Now I'm going to get a brush and brush on that just a little bit. I'm going to go at it and wipe it up. It's definitely taken a little bit of that rust off of there. Here with the brush, we'll just do a little brushing on there. Yep, taking that rust right off of there without any trouble at all. How that's just coming right off. Look at them hands. Now I'm going to walk over and run this on my wire wheel, and we're going to see what it looks like. I took this over to the wire wheel, cleaned it up. I straightened this shaft so it goes up and down, and I took this and straightened it up on my press over there, and look at this thing. This thing was headed for the trash. It was literally junk. And most people would have let it stay there, but I pulled it out of the trash and I did a little work on it. I spent probably 15-20 minutes getting this to look like that, straightening all these up so they work right. And you know, for 15 or 20 minutes in my shop for a 4-inch clamp, this is made in the USA. It says Crint and Cotton on the side here, or Brink and Cotton. I don't know if that's a good brand or not. Maybe you do. Let me know in the comments. But see, that lines up almost perfectly. It's not 100%, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's close for something that was junk. Now, I'm kind of concerned about this rusting again, so I don't know if I should be or not. But I'm going to put just a little bit of oil on this yet, right here, so it turns just a little easier. I can't get in there to clean the rust out of this part here, so well, I got that oil in there, just a couple of drops in there, and look at this thing. That really made a difference. I would say this clamp is good to go, and that was, what, 48 hours in a bath of vinegar and salt. A good usable clamp. Is it worth it? I don't know, but to me it is. Let's look at a couple of these other tools. I won't go into the extent as I did this one, but you can see how things turn out. Here's an old hitch pin. Now I will take it over to the grinding wheel and run it on there and just see what happens to it. You can see how pitted and rusty that is yet. Still pitted pretty bad, but 10 minutes on the wire wheel and a couple of minutes on my sander, and you could see that this pin would still go a long way. This came loose, still a little stiff, but this would still make a good pin even with those pits in there. Another tool saved. Let's take a look at another one. I don't know why, but I threw this old bent railroad spike in there, and you can see it's all rusted and pitted. I'm going to take it over there to the wire wheel and see what happens. 3 minutes on the wire wheel or less, and it took all that crusty stuff off. You can see it's right down to the bare metal there. Pitted, but this actually could be cleaned up really nicely. It is split there, probably when they pulled it. Can find these along just about any abandoned railroad. Now I have this. I think it's an old jack handle. I'm not sure, but you can see that cleaned it right down to the metal. I'm going to take that over to the grinding wheel and see what happens to it. Or not the grinding wheel, but my wire buffing wheel. Cleaned up, not operable. It goes both directions. There's a little clip in there. I don't know if this handle's supposed to swivel right here yet, but that will be for another day to figure that out. It's amazing. There's serial number on this. Okay, I have one more piece left, and it is this right here. And honestly, I'm not sure what it is, but you can see that that really cleaned up nice, and I'm going to do the same. I said I wasn't going to. Well, by the way, look at this. The difference between what was in the solution and what wasn't. It made a heck of a difference. But I'm going to go at it and clean this up too while I'm doing it. I'll let you see it when I'm done. Spent a few minutes on my buffing wheel over there and clean this up. You can see where I couldn't reach in there. It's still pretty rusty, and I couldn't reach in and around here. That would take another little wire brush on a drill or something. I heated this because this was all rusted fast, and a little bit of heat and a little bit of oil, and this thing works perfectly. Now the thing is with this, I'm not really sure what a person uses this on, but I'm sure somebody watching today would, wait a minute, what's this say? Valve guide puller. This is a valve guide puller. I knew that all along. It says it right there. So yeah, this is a valve guide puller. I knew that. Yeah, I did. But here you are, the pieces in that vinegar. Now I want to show you these laying down here. We'll just slowly scan them, and then I will bring you in fully. There's those parts all laid out. Now I want to show you something that I did with this old spike. You can see how rusty it looks yet, but I didn't spend much time on it. But I'm going to show you what you can do with this stuff if you spend just a little bit of time on it. You can actually clean this up so it's just really smooth. Now that's a lot smoother than it would have been originally, but you get the idea. It doesn't take a lot of time to bring all these things back to a real shiny beginning like they were. Now the thing with these though, I think unless they were treated with a little bit of kerosene or maybe some diesel fuel on it, or even some oil to keep them from gathering surface rust again. You may be wondering how I plan to do all of this for a couple bucks when this vinegar costs $5.49 a gallon, and I poured almost 2 gallons in. That's $11 right there, plus the salt. Well, the thing is, you can reuse this vinegar, and I'm going to prove it, I hope, by putting some more stuff in here and letting it set. And before we finish here, and I hope you stick around, I want to show you some other pieces that will surprise you. That's my hope. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll be the first to admit it. Here's a nice big piece. I think that's off of an old stove or a cook stove or something like that. I'm not even sure. We'll lay that in there. Let's throw another real rusty spike in there. We'll really test it. Here's a dual wrench. I thought that was really neat when I found it. You know, I wonder if that's a spark plug wrench. Do you know? Because it's got one size here and one size here, but they seem small unless they had a set. But let's throw that in there. What else? I don't know what this came off of, but I'm going to throw that in there yet, and we'll see how this stuff goes. I'll bring you back when this is set for a couple of days. It'll be sometime, oh, let's give it at least 48 hours like we did the last, and we'll see if this vinegar actually will work a second time. I pulled those parts out of this bath, this vinegar bath. They sat for 3 days, 1 day longer than I was going to. Took them over to my buffing wheel and cleaned them up, and that's what they look like. It turned out real good. That clamp there was a little rusty, so I cleaned it again and put an oil bath on it. That should help it. But that's how I figure cleaning small parts up in my shop without spending a whole lot of money. This works real well, and you can see that vinegar still bubbling some. What I'll do with that is filter it out and put it back in those jugs right there and probably reuse it again. Eventually I'll throw it away, but for now it's gonna do. My shop isn't about the projects I do, it's about the process of those projects. The process and the story behind them. Most of the stuff you've seen today, it came out of that old lumber yard and also the old hardware. If you want to see me do things like this in the future, I'd encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you want to watch something right now, I'd encourage you to grab one of these up here. Can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can fix it. Until the next one.